Hello, Patty here, the country wife from Vermont, now living in South Carolina. Today is going to be show you something I'm doing because I'm ready to take the warp off the loom. So here we are. You notice this got a rubber band with knitting needles in it. I found at one point I had a loose thread and I couldn't have the loose thread, and I was sitting in this chair, and the containers that I use, I have some little containers with a cap that I can screw onto this to do it, were not easily available. So I happen to have a rubber band, and you can see over there in the corner that I have knitting needles hanging off the music stand, which is what I use to hold my things. I'll put these back now so that they're ready when I want them the next time. This is not really where I store them, but I have stored them here now. Okay, so today the warp is ready to come off, and I have this shuttle in here that I use to help me have the shed deep enough so that I could knit fairly close to the end. You can see that I was pretty close to the end. Okay, let's see if I can now put this back together without smashing things. Okay, there we are, sort of. That was not such a good idea. Okay, so now here I am going to cut the yarn. I've already done the hem stitching. I'll show you the hem stitching, but I'm going to cut this. Let's see. Okay, so I've got these plastic things, so okay. All right, let's see. This is where I tied on at the beginning. You can see this is going to be a big mess on the floor with all these little ends. Originally, I was going to try to do it like this. Okay, so there you go. So this is a knitter's loom, and the knitter's loom is, and this was a 7.5 heddle, Ashford header. And the yarn I used was, I Love This Cotton by Hobby Lobby. And you can see this is a loom, the knitter's loom folds up. I had it folded up earlier. Okay, now this is the fun part. See this? Oh, let me, okay, so I'm not doing as well as I could. You see this? Okay. So I got the hem stitching done. I like hem stitching. That's one of my favorite parts. And now this part is all extra. And we'll see what I do with it. I don't know. But here is the third towel that I did. And here comes the second towel that I did. I used up the navy and the brown here as the weft. Here you can see I had white at the beginning, and then I had the aqua, and then I had navy, and then I had some more white. So that was well, not really symmetrical, but anyway. So then, but this one I did the whole thing with the darks, and this part here at this, and I did the whole thing with the colors called parchment. So this I'm going to use for fabric for something. And then here is the towel that I made for a gift. You can see that I've gotten a variety of different things. At the beginning, I'm ready. Actually, I'll cut this off and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Or maybe I will not cut it off. Maybe I'll just sit here and untie it. I'm pretty sure that is. Okay, so now what's this going on over here? Huh. Oh, I see. It came out of these little guys. Well, I don't want that to happen. Okay, so here we go. I have only, this is my first project on the Knitter's Loom. And while my sister and her husband were here for Thanksgiving, my brother-in-law very kindly put together the table here, the stand. But as you can see, I haven't quite got the hang of it yet. Anyway, I just don't want it to fall out. The rest of it, I'm going to leave the rest of it there. Okay, so that's still in there. But there's an issue there. I got to figure out the issue and see if we can fix that. Okay, so I'm gonna try to, you know what? In the interest of time, if it was just me doing this, I would untie the knots here, the bows, because I tied this on instead of, some people lash on their warp, which means you make a little overhand knot and then you run string through around and around and around the apron bar. But I had plenty of yarn and I didn't mind doing that, doing the tying it on. Tying it on takes more yarn. But I knew that I had plenty and I said that's fine. And then I'll have these nice ends that I can use for other things. Well, you know, I'll tie them together and use them for other things. So anyway, I am going to continue taking this off. And well, I'll just hold it up. As you can see, we've got, or at least I hope you can see, I did every other slot. I did white and brown, and then I think I did 8 navy, and then 12, and then 2 white, then 12 of the aqua, then and then the white again, and then 8 of the aqua, 4, well actually 2 white, 2 brown, 2 white, 4 this, anyway, doesn't matter, but you can see that I tried to do kind of a pattern. And then for the weft, I started out doing, you see this lovely, I just love the houndstooth there. It's very simple to do. It's if you know, you have to have 2 threads of one and 2 threads of the other color, and it works beautifully. So basically it's 1 pick over and 1 pick back, and then the next one you do the other color, 1 pick over and back. Anyway, I like how it turns out. But so I did so I had these, I said 2, 4, 6, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, or whatever. So you can see that I tried to do the same. So I did every other one, white and brown. And then down here, I did 8 rows, 8 picks of the, well, it's actually 16, but picks of the navy. Then I'm not describing it very well, but I tried to kind of follow the pattern of how I had put the warp on for the weft until I got down to about just over halfway, and then I just started doing something else, and it wasn't going to work out all the way down. I didn't have enough room in the towel to go all the way down a second time. So then you can see that I just did the white because I like the white. I thought the white looked kind of cool with the other colors. So anyway, so that is the that is the towel project. Now what I need to do is this afternoon I will wash it in the washing machine because it's cotton, I'm going to put it on hot water, and then I'll put it in the dryer and dry it in good shape. Then and only then do I take my scissors and holding them flush with the yarn, with the fabric surface, I carefully cut off the little leftovers and put them in my leftover bucket so I can use them to stuff the next toy project that I do. So anyway, that's how I'm gonna finish this off. Then I will cut. After I've done that. No, I think I'll probably cut these apart before I put them in the washing, and then the ends will be nicely fluffy because it's going to be got a nice hem stitching along here, and if I cut about a 1 inch fringe at the end, it'll kind of fluff up and it'll be very nice, and I like it. This is meant to be hand towels. Someday I'll try to make dish towels using the 8/4 cotton, because even though the first one was a disaster on the loom, the next time I'm going to do it a little differently. I'll probably use the 16-inch loom, and I won't try to do a million of the towels. Where'd my scissors go? There's my scissors. Then I will make some dish towels. They won't be this big, but they'll be a good size. The thing is, with that disastrous project that I showed you before, cutting off the horrendous warp that didn't work, there was about 10 inches of good fabric. And after washing it, I thought I was going to hate it because I did hate the yarn. But once it was washed and dried, it was fabulous. It was just plain fabulous. And the tracking on it was stunning. I showed it to my sister and she thought it was wonderful. I couldn't remember that it was called tracking. But anyway, that's what I'm planning to do. I do have a set of hand towels to make before I can do the dish towels, but that will be in the new year. I've decided I'm trying to finish up some things right now, and I'm not going to start another project until the new year, even though I'm edgy to do it. I'm very edgy to do it. So anyway, so there is the towel itself. Let me pull out the waste yarn that we used at the beginning. I'll tell you something. You use the waste yarn to spread the warp at the beginning so it's even to start weaving with. But recently I saw a girl doing some weaving, and she actually used, instead of using yarn for the waste, for spreading the warp, she used toilet paper. She used long strips of toilet paper and did about 3 of them, and she packed them each time, and it worked out very well. So I'm going to try that the next time, I think. It seems a little weird, but it worked for her. And then when you're done, you can just either throw it away or you can put it in your bathroom to blow your nose with, or you can do whatever you want with it. Whereas this yarn is kind of a pain with a waste yarn. But there's, into every life a little rain must fall, as they say. And I'm going to try to get this out as quickly as I can and then show you. I've got one more thing I want to show you today. I don't have, as I say, I don't really have any finished projects. This is a close to finished projects as I have, and I'm so pleased with it. I think it looks great, and I can't wait to cut off the fringe and wash it and get it ready to go to its new owner. So the other thing that I'm working on, I'm still working on, there's 2 weeks until we have the last class in my swatch to sweater class. And this is where I am right now. I'm doing both the front and the back. This is a drop shoulder sweater, and I have the both of them together. And I don't know, you should be able to tell that on the sides now I've started coming in. So here we coming straight up, and then I started going, and this is my 4th row. And so I have to go a ways. I'm going to measure. After a while, I'll put the sweater under my arms and measure and see how far up it goes, because I want to have this be kind of a scoopish neckline, and we'll see. It'll be an experiment. But anyway, so here we go. So those right now they're both looking the same, but in a few more rows, probably 10 more rows. I'm still decreasing along the edges because there's too much fabric to go over it for the arm. For the drop shoulder, it would drive me nuts to have this great big bunch of yarn under my armpits. So you can see that there's too much yarn across here, too much fabric across here. So I have to keep going in for quite a while longer. I would say probably 10 more rows with going in, decreasing on each side. And then I'll see if that's the right place to start the neck. So I'll continue going up in the back, straight up. But for the neck, I'll knit across to a third of the yarn, and then I'll bind off a third of the stitches, and then continue with the other, and then I'll have to pick up 2 more balls of yarn, a ball of black and a ball of white, because then I'll have some on this side and some on this side, because I'll need to, I'm gonna keep knitting both pieces, which is why I need the extra balls of yarn. So that's it. This is a Swatch the Sweater class by Tanya Lyons of Nerdy Knitting. I really like her. She has a wonderful podcast to help knitters called Nerdy Knitting, and anybody who wants help with their knitting would love it. She's just beginning to take orders for, she's got a class, Knits That Fit. I took that in the fall, and that's when I made the Victory Cardigan by Corrine Tomlinson, and I followed all of Tanya's directions, and I made a sweater that fit me just exactly the way I wanted it to. It's wonderful. I'm looking at it over there, but I'm not going to get up and get it for you because that's the end of the day. So, I will get it for you, get it and show you. I'll show it to you, and then that will be the end of today. Let's see if I can get over here and get it. Okay, so here is the sweater, and I don't know if it will show, if I'm in the picture or not, but here's the sweater. It's a cardigan. I did it with a steek. I steeked the front, and I did tubular cast off, bind off. I love that. I just really love the way it feels, the way it looks. And I did a double knit band. Really liked it. So anyway, that's the scoop. That's it for today. I hope everyone had a fabulous Thanksgiving, and whatever holidays you might be celebrating this month, I hope you're able to prepare yourself for them and have a wonderful time as you get together with family and friends. We had a wonderful time with my sister and her husband and some friends that we ate dinner with who were so kind to invite us. We had a wonderful time. And I learned that I can't eat a lot of food because my blood sugar doesn't like it, and particularly pecan pie. I love pecan pie. Pecan pie does not like my body. So, not doing that anymore. I gave away most of the pie, or half of it at least. So, anyway, that's the scoop. I hope you have a wonderful month and come up to the holidays without too much stress. It's probably a good idea to simplify things as much as you can. And I will say now what I always say. Do good, be good. Let's do it now together. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful week. Bye now.